We're here with head coach Jack Owens for our weekly men's basketball press conference. Coach, before we begin, obviously yesterday was a tragic day for in the world of basketball. What would you say is a lesson that you would tell your team about the life of Kobe Bryant?
Well, first of all, this is work ethic. You think of Kobe, you think how hard he worked, and to be honest with you, he was my favorite athlete. So, it was definitely a tragic yesterday. It was tough. We were actually getting ready for practice, and you hear the news about Kobe. Kind of put things in perspective, to be honest with you, how precious life is, and you need to thank God for every moment you have on this earth. And when you have loved ones, you need to express how you feel about them, and tell them on a regular basis. But to be honest with you, it was a tough day. I think it was across the country when you think about what he meant to the game of basketball as a player and what he was doing off the court. It's truly emotional day for everyone, even my family, my girls. We were Laker fans, and my wife's from California. It's just an emotional day for everyone, and even with the guys, we didn't talk in depth about it. We will today a little bit more because we were getting through practice and those kind of things. But at the end of the day, we talked to the guys a lot about life and how precious life is and how important it is to, express to your loved ones that you love them, because it's definitely a precious time, and we need to embrace, every day that we have, for sure, and thank God, yes.
Just kind of, obviously, it's tough to transition from that, but
Right.
moving on to got back on the winning track against Eastern Michigan. After a chance to watch some film, what are some of the things you were happy about in the game, and what are some of the things that you still think the team needs to work on?
Well, I thought the guys did a great job just following the game plan as far as how we wanted to score the basketball against their zone. Just a unique situation where a team with their length and size plays zone the entire game. And, you can't just come down and just run offense. You got to be functional and hit the sweet spots where high post, short corner, and corner. And I just thought the guys did a great job. Nike was great in the high post area facilitating. He did a great job picking his spots. And then what they do when you catch in the high post, their five will match up, and it's like a man, and everyone else clamped down. And Nike had a big-time drive late where he was able to keep his angle and score, but the way he was passing the basketball, getting us rhythm shots and feeding the post. I know we missed a few layups here and there, but for the most part, we did a great job. And Isaiah Coleman-Lance and Makai and Eli. I just thought the guys did a great job, and Bam made a big three. They're late in the corner, and he started the half, and he started the game with an offensive rebound putback. I thought every guy who came in contributed, and the way we were able to get out in transition before the zone was set was good as well. We were able to steal some transition points, and I just thought we executed. Then defensively, we just got to continue to grow and get better and keep the ball in front and rebound the basketball. There was a possession there late where we got the stop, but we didn't get the rebound. So we just have to continue to grow, but the guys are competing and they're playing hard for sure.
Do you feel better about that compete level and that kind of fight after? I know you said after Tuesday's game you weren't exactly pleased with it that day. But do you feel better about that after Saturday?
Absolutely, and you knew the guys were going to come out and compete. Anytime that you compete and you play at this level and you're a competitor, you're going to want to respond. And I thought the guys came out and fought and did a really good job, because you can look at Eastern Michigan conference record and think they're not a very good team, but as you saw and you watched that, you were able to look with your own eyes, you were able to see that they have size and length, and they can really bother you in that zone and make it difficult for you to score. But this entire league is that way. But the guys definitely fought, and those are the things that we have to hang our hat on. That's the first thing that we talk about, is how hard you're playing, and I thought the guys all competed and really wanted to win that game.
It's more of just a general question, but you have like a ton of talented guards
Yeah.
who all playing pretty well at the moment. How difficult is it to manage a rotation when you have so many guys who are, arguably worthy of a lot of playing time?
Yeah, you know what? We're just trying to figure out. I guess we do have a rotation. We did start Makai, but at the end of the day, our guys, it's all about Miami winning, and that's what we talk about. The guys who we feel you know, are going to do their jobs and do it at a high level. But you're right, we have guys that I'm comfortable with, and winning has to be good enough, though. You know, if you're playing 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, it's all about Miami winning, and those are the things that we talked about. And, you know, Saturday was a great indicator when everyone's bought in and really don't care how it looks or, you know, who lead us in scoring and rebounding in minutes. All about Miami winning is the most important thing. And those are the things we talk about, and the guys understand that for sure.
And Eli McNamara has a couple back-to-back pretty good games recently too, and it kind of looks like he's taken another step in his development, that sort of thing. Do you see the same thing, and if so, what kind of has led to that, do you think?
Well, I know exactly what's led to it. He's more committed right now. I think the last month or so is the most outside of practice he's worked. If he can continue to do those things, and where he's the one who's initiating and getting in the gym and working hard. He has size, he has skill, he has talent, he has athleticism, and you know. He will continue to get bigger and stronger as he continue to work in those areas. But at the end of the day, if he put the time in, he can be a good player at this level. You know, he's a guy that when we first got here, we identified right away and recruited and was able to get, and we're excited about him. But if he continued to put the work in like he has the last month, not saying he didn't work hard, but when you work outside of practice, because, you know, with NCAA rules, we don't have a lot of time, you know, with a lot of development during the season. So it requires you to work outside. And this is the most he's been, in my opinion, working outside of practice, if it's coming before or after, or getting in at night and shooting, or working out with a coach. Those are the kind of things at this level that separates you. You know, if you want to be a good player and you want to put the time in, you mentioned Kobe, you know, his work ethic is what separates him from the greats, you know, and that's why he was considered an icon or a legend in this game, because how hard he worked. And you get what you put in. You know, if you want to be a guy that worked to be all conference, or you want to be a special player and you have size, you have skill, and you buy into all the things that it requires to be a really good player, you can do so, yeah.
And then last question from me, just kind of switching gears to Central Michigan.
Right.
You've already played them once, and what do you kind of take away or learn from that game that you can take into today? Or tomorrow, I'm sorry.
Right. No, you're fine. They're a good team. It starts there. They want to score points. They put you in a bind. They put 5 guys out there that all can dribble, pass, and shoot. They space you out with the 3. But I think the thing that's going to go unnoticed with them is the way they drive the basketball. And they play off your help, or if you're weak side, if you're not disciplined and you don't stay in the stands, they're able to get by you. But it's important that we have a tight shell and make them score over the top and keep them out of transition, but also execute on offensive end. They can play, you know, numerous zones and man or whatever it may be, but we have to continue to execute. You know, we have skilled guys ourselves, and if we can just continue to do the things we've been doing offensively, we'll be fine. But defensively, it's definitely a challenge when you have 5 guys out there that play the way they play and how they want to space you out and drive the basketball and the things they want to do on the offensive end.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.